Hey everyone, Dave here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video I want to talk to you about the Archer. So now the hype is gone, the limited time event is gone, she's a very strong champ. Whoever got lucky and got her already did, and those who didn't unfortunately won't have a chance to get her again because the limited event is over, unless Plarium will do something like what they have done with Ninja and release a champ with a very similar kit that's outside of the limited time promotion that they are doing with Monster Hunter. I want to have a realistic conversation about whether the Archer is actually strong outside of Hydra, which is like her best place in the game, all the way to end game, and whether she can help early and mid game accounts. So we'll test her in different places on my account, and I'll put the timestamps in the video below if you want to check how she's performing in a certain area of the game. Unfortunately, something that we won't be able to do today. If you check my resources, I'm pretty low on resources. I'm not even sure that I can tackle the Armand's fusion, and he's really good. That will start probably in a couple of days with the resources that I have. So I couldn't regear her in like a build that's more suitable for mid and end game, but we'll check how we're going to cripple her and how she's going to be used. So the elephant in the room, let's talk about the most important thing first. How strong is she actually in Hydra? And I would say she's the strongest. So in my opinion, and feel free to comment if you think differently or you want to add other champs to that list, there is only 3 champs in the entire game that fit into a very niche Hydra category. Why are these champs so powerful? And they are powerful elsewhere, but we're talking Hydra now, is that because they are the only 3 champs in the entire game that can fill more than 3 roles in building your Hydra team. How would that help you? It will allow you to bring more healers, damage dealers, cleansers, and all of that stuff, because they just fill 3 roles for you. So these 3 champs I'm talking about, and I'll only focus on the Archer today, are Mishinaki, Nick Muthar, and the Archer. Those champs fill 3 or 4 roles on your Hydra team. I'll focus on the Archer today, and maybe we'll talk about the other ones in other videos, but yeah. So let's see what she can do for us. Why is she filling so many roles for Hydra? Her aura is not useful in Hydra, so yeah, in dungeons, but she can be useful for you in dungeons. Her passive, well, she'll always have Hicks up on Hydra, like heads all the time if you set it up properly. So she's always healing the team. This is like a leech, so she does healing. Her biggest move, why is she so special? She will keep Hicks and provoke on the Hydra head all the time. So she'll prevent the Hydra hits from cleansing that cleansing head, and she'll prevent the mischief head. Well, she'll enable us to target the mischief head, so she won't eat someone and we can get them back. So yeah, so keeping this up all the time in Hydra is huge. She applies, so stun will be useful in other areas. You cannot stun Hydra hits, but she will apply decreased speed, and also with masteries and everything, this can be consistent. And on her A1, she just applies she does increase accuracy, which is mildly useful. But if we check here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we can add this, if you don't have enough accuracy, that's 5 roles that she's filling within your Hydra team. That's why she's so special. So Hydra, out of the gate, she's one of the best champs. Like I said, she fits on a category of her own with only 2 other champs in the game. Let me show you a couple of screenshots because I wasn't able to record this. So this is a Hydra run that I've done on hard during the weekend probably, and I wanted to test her with sort of like a budget team. I'll tell you why it's budget and we'll talk about it. But the thing to note here is that of course the damage, she's not here, probably she's been eaten that late into the fight, but look at the turn limit. So by filling in those roles and keeping Hydra hits, provoked Hicks and all of that stuff, she enabled me to get that high up in the turn meter and the damage. Yeah, so that's one thing. Let's check the final damage now. So this was the final damage of this team. Uku is not geared properly. We'll check the gear on these champs just to wrap up that Hydra segment of the showcase. So Rathalos, Archer, and Artak probably are geared nicely because I use them in in-game content. I actually geared Rathalos and Archer with the last bit of my resources to do this showcase for you guys. And those 2 epics, they are not mandatory if we talk about a budget team. So here we have a fusion, login champ, Archer, she's like, that's what we're talking about today, but she's not easy to get anymore. And then those two epics, so Aniri can be like replaced by any healer or reviver, Cell of the Drakes, for example. Shamael fits a specific role for the Fearhead, but if you have Rictor Drath or any champs that places Veil or Perfect Veil, it can sub for Shamael, but of course he's doing a bit of damage too. It's not a Rathalos showcase, but look at how much damage he did with the burns from our attack. I'll show you how I built him. Look at how much damage she did. So my Archer right now is an in-game build, and I'll tell you how you can tune it down. But she fills, actually those are like even, like we talked about 5 roles that she's filling for a Hydra team, and that's the 6th role because she does hit hard, she can do damage. On this team she did 28 million damage plus everything else she's doing. That's crazy good. So yeah, so that's the Hydra showcase now. As I said, to wrap it up, let's check the builds on the champs I used for this specific run. So, where's my Archer? I want to show her first, especially to talk to you about how you can tune that build down. So that's an in-game build, but what I want to show you here, that's all leftover gear. I even have some rare pieces there, but I just used the optimizer, and that was gear that was lying around my account. She's in broken pieces, except for a speed set. She doesn't have anything special, but this refresh is useful, of course. But look at the stats here. So what's important about this? This is speed and accuracy. That's good for all the way up to Nightmare Hydra. I gave her 100% crit rate and some crit damage, and of course some defense. She's defense based. That helps with her damage, but that's what I've put on her. Because I wasn't able to regear her because of my low resources, let's talk about a realistic build for Hydra or for other areas in the game for a little bit of a younger account. I would say try to get her to 200 speed. If you can make her crit cap, so her main role basically is the debuffs and everything, so control, stuns and all of that stuff. But if you give her crit rate and crit damage, she can do some damage as well. She's tanky by default, so she can survive. A good pair with her would be a healer, reviver, cleanser, that sort of champ, because she will provoke everyone and she can take some damage there. So let's say 200 speed, crit rate if you can have it on her, 250 accuracy, and 3.5k defense and 50k HP or 40k HP would be good. That if you want to tune that build down. Of course I built her so basically masteries to extend her debuffs. That won't help with the provoke, but it will help with the decrease speed, and then more master so she can do damage on the heads. So that's my Archer. Let's check Rathalos now. Rathalos is in a clan boss like masteries for the damage there, and also leftover gear. It's just a couple of speed pieces and all of that stuff with a counter attack accessory. Look at these stats. These stats are good, I would say, for my level of account. Why I gave him accuracy? Because I put him on Brimstone. Though if you have other champs on the team with Brimstone, probably don't need to give him accuracy or to put Brimstone on him. But because I have the 5-star, is it 5-star, the 4-star blessing for him, so I thought it might be useful elsewhere. That's the speed, crit rate and crit damage and everything, and 5k attack. He's attack based. So these are the stats of my Rathalos that enabled him to do that much damage on that specific run. Let's check Mighty Uko. I think he is in a stun set, and this gear hasn't changed for quite a while now. So this can be faster for his specific role. Accuracy is okay. I'm guessing that was a little bit focused around arena, so that speed won't get him anywhere in arena. And I want to give him some healing for his reviver role and some defense there. But yeah, that's a moderate build for Uko, I would say. Now let's check my attack. If I can find my attack. So yeah, that's my attack. My attack is in Regeneron Immortals, that's for soloing stuff. And for Ice Golem hard. So you want him fast, accurate for the burns. Resistance is not specifically required unless you're running him in a dungeon solo build. But yeah, lots of HP, is tanky by default and defense. So that's what my attack looks like. And mastery, you only care about his accuracy basically, and just giving him some defense and survivability resistance from the defense tree. Okay. Who else did we have in this run? Aniri and Shamael. So let's check them out. So an area I was trying to build there for, oh, that's probably what messed it up, that turn meter mastery. I was trying to build there for a solo, no, a duo with Ninja for Sand Devil. It didn't work out yet, but she just needs to be tanky. Yeah, she's your healer there. That speed, of course, you can run it, you should run her much faster, unless you're tuning her for your Sand Devil team. But yeah, just tanky and she will do the trick and put resistance on her that won't hurt. Where's my Shamael? Oh, he got low blessings there. So Shamael, what you care about is just like accuracy and damage. Accuracy is good because with his A1, that triple hitter, he can strip buffs. So that would be helpful, like for that Wrath, his Head of Wrath, that orange damaging one, you can strip the increased attack if it gets on it. And then of course he's protecting, his main role is protecting the team from fears. Give him 100% crit rate and crit damage and some attack. He can do some good damage there. That's a moderate build, I would say, for Shamael. So those are just the builds that I was using for that Hydra run. Now let's talk about another area of the game and whether the archer can help you. We'll talk about arena. Let's do a refresh here. I want to pick up a team that won't be too fast, like let's say this one, and let's remove my team here. So of course, this is a speed team that you'll try to do with the archer. I'll show you why in a sec. This is any speed booster. This can be Deacon, can be like Gurgurab, anyone who can boost the team speed because you'll need to go first. She'll work in a similar way to the new fusion, like only in that part. They are completely different. And then you can add just whatever, your damage dealers. So I'll add my Baron here, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Lydia, whatever. Let's see. So the main thing here that I want to showcase is that how she can help you in arena, early to mid game. So you'll go first. That stone skin Wukong will mess up the showcase, but let's see now. And then you want her to provoke or stun everyone. So everyone is provoked. If you want to run her against stone skin targets, you need to run someone who strips buffs before her. There's a 50-50 chance of stripping stone skin like Wukong, Madame Ceres, Ramantu, someone like that. But yeah, so I've already shown you what I wanted to show you in arena. She's provoking everyone for a single turn. Usually in arena, one turn provoke is enough because everyone will hit her. Nobody will do their A2s or A3s. And probably by the time they get back to their skills, you finish the battle already. That's what happens in arena. So that single target provoke, if you build her fast and accurate, you don't need damage on her unless you want her to be like a secondary damage dealer as well. She can fit into your arena team as well, but that's only early to mid game. If we talk about an epic, and by the way, I do have a dedicated video on that epic because of how strong she is, and I think she's underrated. Where is my epic there? Umbral Enchantress is, she might be the only champ in the game who can apply 100% provoke for 2 turns, and she puts unkillable on herself. She can also apply block buffs, but yeah, provoke for 2 turns. I've been using Umbral way back in controlling waves and in arena as well. So that's a sub if you have Umbral and you don't have the archer for arena and wave based content. Which takes us to the third segment. So the third segment would be like a lot of things. We'll talk about dungeons and we'll talk about like Doom Tower hard waves and the same thing, because that's where the archer can help you as well. So let's, for example, go to Dragon 25, for example. Let me remove my team. What setup do you want with her? So this is the haphazard team I've put together. I try to make it as budget as possible. Basically, this is guaranteed champ, guaranteed champ, guaranteed champ, non-void epic just for wave damage. Hale would be doing the majority of the damage on the boss. What do we want to have here? Decrease defense and weaken, that's always good. But let's show what the archer can do here. So because you see, she did a little bit of damage, but not much. Still is our guarantee for heals and revives and stuff. And then we can even leave it running on auto, because the main thing is that still applied the stuns. Nobody's taking a turn. My archer is fast enough, probably faster than you can have her with a more moderate build. The main thing is that she can cycle back quickly to her provokes. You see, she already applied it again. and we're past that initial wave in less than a minute with a budget team. That's Dragon 25. I just threw that team together. Probably it's not optimal and it's not speed tuned for sure, but the main thing is that she can control the waves in any dungeon, especially Spider for example. But if you use her as your Spider tank with her provokes, you need someone like Cell of the Drakes, probably even a cleanser with her, to make sure that she will survive, because she'll be taking too many poisons and too much damage. You see here, she's already back, she provoked them. We're not having any issues with the waves, and once we get to the boss, Dark Hail can take care of him with his poisons and decrease attack. So that's how you can use her in dungeon runs. So I would say that she's C tier for arena, because you won't be able to use her high enough. I should have said that in the previous section. But can she be used in arena? Yes, she can. Can she be used in dungeons? 100% yes. I would say that probably arena is her weakest area, but for Hydra, of course, she's triple S tier, if there is a tier, the highest tier for Hydra. And for dungeons, she's also, I would say, maybe between S and A tier, because she also, her A2 applying that decreased speed will be useful on bosses, even on bosses that you cannot apply, like manipulate turn meter on, like the dragon here. Decreased speed can really help you get more damage in and help the team survive before the boss is taken, without the boss taking too many hits there. So she can help with dungeons, she can help with Doom Tower hard waves, and she can help a little bit in arena as well. So she's not only for Hydra. This run is about to be over now. And yep, so we're all good here. Of course, nothing that we can use. So the main thing is, the verdict here, Archer can fit into a lot of places. If you got lucky and pulled her early or mid game, this video is going to decrease in value as time goes by, but if you only have Archer and a few other Legos, can she help you everywhere in the game? Yes, she can. Even in arena, though it's her weakest spot, but just build her tanky. Let's review her build one last time, and then I will repeat again if you can tune them down by how much. So if we talk, you'll build her, your Archer will be built with accuracy anyway. So if you have a blessing for her, put Brimstone with her. It will help her with doing damage to the bosses. If we talk about books, yes, definitely she deserves to be booked. Though her A1 is the least value there, so I didn't book the A1. Probably I will never do. Yeah, she's good as is. If we talk about gear sets and stats, you can put her because she's doing two AoEs. So you can put her in a stun set, she will work perfectly there. But the stats are more important. She's in broken sets on my account, but stats are very important on her. If you have refresh accessories, to get back faster to those provokes, that's her like strongest move there. Stat wise, what do you want on her? You want lots of defense. Okay, let's go by priority. You want speed on her. 220 speed, let's say, in a mid-game build. You want accuracy on her, 250 accuracy or more on a mid-game build as well. Defense and HP. Defense, 4k defense and 40k HP. That's good enough, she's tanky by default. And then, if you fulfill all of these parts, if you can get her to 100% crit rate and put some crit damage on her, she can help you with damage as well. Masteries, let's review her masteries one last time. For bosses, you want War Master on her, that's partially hidden behind me. But if you're struggling with accuracy, we're talking early mid-game here, don't pick more War Master. Give her that Eagle Eye Mastery for additional 50 accuracy. She's not your main damage dealer. So, for long fights, like if you're talking clan boss, she's not that useful in clan boss. Yeah, an area we didn't talk about. But in Hydra, for example, War Master will help her with the damage on those long fights. But if we're talking all the other content, probably Eagle Eye will have more values than War Master on her. But yeah, so copy these masteries except give her probably Eagle Eye instead of War Master. This was our showcase for the Archer today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for tuning in today. I'll see you next time.